Hi, I'm Coke Smith, and I teach ESS, and that's Environmental Systems and Societies, at the International School of Bangkok. We're on a class trip here in the Chiang Mai region of northern Thailand. Prior to arriving here today, we've spent quite a bit of time in the classroom and in the field locally around our school. Today, though, we're going to take all the skills, ethical considerations that we've discussed in class. The kids are going to actually put what we've learned into a hands-on reality. So at our school, we're required prior to the trip to actually complete a full risk assessment. You want to be very, very observant of all the potential risks that you can possibly notice in any particular site. And you want to be able to note those fairly quickly and actually bring those to the students' attention. And that goes a long way in minimizing potential accidents and problems that could happen in the field.
The risk assessment will provide the teacher and the student with specific information about the hazards they might encounter in the fieldwork location. There are also general guidelines that can contribute to safety in most fieldwork situations. The students work in pairs or larger groups. The teacher knows where students are working and what they intend to do. The students stay in contact visually or by telephone with the group leader. A first aid kit is available. The students are fully briefed on the anticipated hazards of the local environment.
Are there any things that you think could pose a safety issue that we need to be aware of?
One of the safety problems could be like rocks and slipping, because since the stream is really shallow, it'd be really easy to just slip and fall and get hurt.
Other things, is there anything else?
I think we have to be careful about leaving behind human footprint, because we're obviously from the city, and so everything here is new and we're not used to it. So I think we have to be mindful and more careful of what we do and try not to disturb for any existing system.
Okay, good. I mean, we've got wildlife here, right? So you definitely want to be aware of that. Note your surroundings. But also, you're in their environment, so it's important to be very, very careful. Tread lightly.
Tread lightly means employing sampling strategies and data collection techniques that minimize impact on the environment.
We, as a class, have already discussed the animal experimentation policy, but the students really haven't had an opportunity to really get a sense of why we do it. And today, in the field, I'll be emphasizing with students best practices with respect to how to minimize our impacts, not only on the local physical environment, but to make a concerted effort to minimize any damage we would do to any living organism.
Was it a tadpole? Oh, you got a picture of it?
It's very small.
Yes. Yeah, in fact, actually, what you do have is a tadpole.
We don't take anything from the different locations we're studying. Pick up litter.
Also, like when you're moving from location to location, generally trying to be careful where you're walking, staying on a path if possible.
We're making sure that nothing is like completely displaced, so we don't take like a rock that would be useful in a place and move it into another location. Like, we're not trying to change.
Disturb the environment.
Yeah, disturb it.
So in this experience, I've also been very, very pleased with the progress the students have made regarding ethical considerations in the field. The students started to become more aware of their environment and they started to tread more lightly and just with a little bit more deliberation to try to avoid damage both to the stream and to any animals or plants that might be in it. And I was very, very pleased to see that.
You did a really, really good job of making sure you didn't hurt them. Sometimes it's real easy to actually just kind of let the spoon slip and crush it against the side, and you guys were really careful not to do that. I appreciate that.
So the Village Walk takes kids out of their comfort zone. Our kids are a very urban group of kids, so our students are naturally slightly uncomfortable.
Students gain an appreciation of the environmental issues facing the local society by visiting the village nearby, engaging with good ethical practice in the field, and when experiencing other cultures can influence the students' environmental value systems. Opportunities to investigate the interaction between humans and the environment in a variety of ways are essential for the course.
I think, for the most part, I'm happy if they can walk through this experience and notice some of the differences in lifestyle and differences of how these particular people get their energy, get their food, handle soil degradation, and all these issues. And I think the students really got a lot out of our walk this time.
It's important that students develop a holistic appreciation of the complexities of environmental issues in which the interaction between the natural environment and human societies is central.
So one of my goals is to actually see students' environmental value systems transition a little bit, maybe significantly on these trips. I've noticed maybe not a metamorphosis per se in their environmental value system, but definitely a greater amount of awareness of issues. And once awareness builds, it's inevitable that value systems change.